right, everybody, we'll get the program going. Tell you what, first of all, tasty tacos smell amazing. How they tasting? They doing all right? Well, we asked for fresh. I'm pretty sure it got there just right on time, about as fresh as it can be. So please keep eating, enjoy, and again, thanks for being here. And happy spring. Feels good to get some warm weather. So far here in Clive, we have continued to dodge hail season. Hopefully you guys have all dodged that at home as well. What do you want to start off, Sean? Thank you for grabbing that. I want to talk about the Willis Family Fund. Willis Family Fund. We got a box here, which is a free will offering. And really what that offering is, that fund's going to an account because sometimes life does get hard and throw a curveball at you. And there are times where our partners here may need a couple extra dollars just to help life out. So that's where that funds go to. So there's a box going around. Feel free to donate there, but I believe there's also a Venmo opportunity there as well. If the family fund is something that you may want to explore, please see any of the ELT members or any of the HR people there. Be happy to help you and walk you through that process. I just want to say thank you for a great start to 2026. First quarter has started off well, and we're very poised for a very, very good the rest of 2026. We have a ton of excitement ahead. A lot of things going on. You're going to hear about a lot of things that we're involved in. We're going to start off with the Principal Charity Classics coming right up. As you know, we've been a part of that event with our senior golfers, PGA golfers, for many, many years. We have a great selection of 100 cars. So if you look in front of Cadillac today, back where we used to store new car Cadillacs when we had new car Cadillacs, are a bunch of Lexus. That's what those cars are for. Those will all head off to that golf tournament. This year will probably be sold out. Des Moines native, Drake native, Zach Johnson, who won the Masters a few years ago, is now made the age cut to join the senior tour, which is hard to believe, Jimmy. That means you and I are close to joining the senior tour as well. So be on the lookout for a lot of news there. We are part of a new series. The Willis Concert Series will be going on this summer out at Waterworks. There's some great names coming through there. If there's something you're interested in, we will have some ticket opportunities. Be on the lookout through your emails for all of that. We have some amazing new car launches on the way. A car that we haven't had in about 12 months, but one of our best sellers, the Lexus ES. We will have a Lexus ES here on the lot within the next month or two. Very excited for that. This will be a bigger car, more like the LS was in size, and much younger look and a much more aggressive look. I think you're going to like it very, very much. The QX65. It is a kind of an RX size 2-row vehicle on the Infinity side that's getting a lot of excitement in the automotive press. That car is in production. We're expecting to see that car within the next week or two. We will have a vehicle launch here soon for that as well. Another major launch that we just got on the Nissan side, and that is the Rogue Hybrid. The Rogue plug-in hybrid. Nissan was actually, when it came into electric vehicles, was actually ahead of Toyota with the Leaf, with the history of electric cars. And then they really haven't had a hybrid option. And so this is their first voyage into that realm, and that car is on the lot, ready to be test driven. So any sales staff, I do recommend you getting over there and taking a look at that. Outside of that, we are involved in, right now, I think we're committed to the upper 20s as far as charity golf tournaments throughout the city of Des Moines this summer that Willis will be involved with. Cars will be on display. And again, the whole point of us doing that is brand recognition. So when people see that name and they see that car that's there, one, they think of us for buying the car, but two, they think of us for getting their car serviced or a collision center or parts or whatever it may be. Willis Broadway series was just launched for the year. Some amazing new shows coming to town, and again, a lot of excitement. And I share all this with you, again, we are very, very involved in this Des Moines community, and we do a lot of work to be out there in the right places, the places that match our core values, places that hopefully makes you proud as you go out in the community and you represent Willis, that you know we're out there making a difference. I know I joked about it a little bit when it comes to the Cadillac inventory, to go from the electronic era or plug-in era and going back to ICE engines. So if you go back to me talking here 2 years ago, you remember there was some rules in place to where a certain percentage of our cars sold had to be electric. Well, if you're a car company, you better start building some electric cars. That takes about 7 years to develop an electric car. Well, all those electric cars in development were scheduled to arrive in 26, 27, and 28. This new administration came into town. All of a sudden, there are no rules on you have to buy electric cars. And now all of a sudden, demand for electric cars has started to drop. So you're a car brand like General Motors, you've invested 5 years into developing a car, you can't pull the plug on it now. And so that's what you're seeing. They haven't pulled the plug on these electric cars, but they're slowing down the production of them. They're just not building as much as they had hoped, and they're reconfiguring their factories back into ICE engines again. So this will be about a year of shorter supply on the General Motors side, both on the Chevy and the Cadillac side of things. But next year we will see more models as that ramps back up again. But with low supply does come high demand. And with that, if you do have someone interested in a Cadillac or a Chevrolet and it is in stock, sell it quickly because they're going to go fast. Let's see here. And then finally, I'd like to really this year focus on greatness. I believe we are really great at a lot of things that we do, but I believe we have an opportunity to get better across this dealership, whether it's our touch points on the phone, whether it's how we communicate to people through email. Maybe it's the way our buildings look, our properties look. Maybe it's the gift that we give at the delivery time. Sometimes we do things because that's just the way we've always done it. So what I'm asking is when you go back to your places, wherever it is, I want you to look around and I want you to start thinking through the experience, not as a teammate here at Willis. I'd like you to look at our buildings, look at our experiences, look at the touch points as what would it be like to be a guest here? And I say that as there's many times I walk through a waiting room and the waiting room looks like the waiting room. I don't sit in the waiting room. And a month or so ago, we sat and looked at the waiting room chairs and thought, oh my goodness, it's time to replace these chairs. You guys probably do the same thing. You walk right past a display case that's empty and you don't even see that display case empty. So the reason, what I'm asking is, go back to your areas, take a look around, and send me an email. jwillis@willisauto.com. Send me an email. I would love to have your ideas on how we can continue to improve our greatness in any customer touch point. Service, ambassadors, parts, wherever it is. Let's work on upping our game. And with that, when you're out walking around with all the wind that we're having, can you do me a favor? If you see a piece of trash, can you pick it up for me? And if you see a weed pulling up in the middle of our parking lots, there's a lot of cracks in them right now, yank it out of there. Let's just try to up our place, make it look top notch. Thank you for everything that you guys are doing. This is by far is the best team in the industry. I continue to go around and invite people in, and they keep going on and on and on about every single one of you. They love what you do. They love the way that you make them feel. Thanks for being who you are. With that, any questions from me before I head over to Nissan to give a little presentation to them? Any questions on the table? Okay, you're a pretty easy group this morning. All right, Matt, there's a contest here. Somebody won something, didn't they?
Yes.
You want to tell them about it?
I do.
Thanks, Jace. Round of applause for the boss. So whether it's church, rock concert, meeting, I have a special affinity for the front row. So if you are seated in the front row, one of you is the lucky recipient of $100. So I would look under your chairs and see it's not under yours, Will. You don't have to hurt yourself. Who is getting $100? Look under it. Way under there. I think Whitney won. I taped the heck out of that, didn't I? Congratulations, $100. What are we supposed to be talking about now, Sam? Oh, VTO. Okay, your ELT executive leadership team met this month and set out our priorities for kind of the rest of the year, but specifically for this next 90 days. So we have 3 rocks. What's a rock? Louder.
Most important thing to do in the next 90 days.
Yes, thank you. So these are the things that your executive leadership team has deemed most important to get done over the next 90 days. Number 1, identify and begin implementation of a new service scheduler software. And Ryan owns that. Number 2, hire and onboard 5 sales consultants. That's a Liz rock. And then number 3, this was a carryover from last, but it's going to be ongoing all year long, is review and update another 30 job descriptions, and that is also on Liz's agenda. We'll cover the rest of this stuff as we go. That's good. What are we doing now? Oh, United Way. A really cool thing on the United Way front. We won the Live United Champion Award, and we've never won that before. It's a big deal. We had probably our best United Way campaign ever. Not probably, we definitely, from a fund standpoint and from a dollars and cents raised standpoint, it's the best year ever. And so we go to the luncheon every year to celebrate these winners, but we've never been the winner. Well, this year that changed. And so, you know, this is a group of people, a lot of you are in this room, but if you served on this United Way committee this year, stand up. If you're in this picture, stand up so that you can be recognized. It's a really big deal. Thank you all very, very much. And then our committee chair was Lauren Saxton. She is a finance manager over at the Nissan store. So for those of you that don't know her, but thank you very much for putting all that together. There was so much fun, so much engagement, and we raised a bunch of money, which really does make Central Iowa a better place to live and thrive. All right. Variable remarks. So, variable operations. Variable operations are anything sales, service, accessories, finance. So just a little bit of a recap of quarter number 1. How many outbound phone calls do we think that the internet sales team made? Anybody want to throw out a number? In 3 months. Who said that? Oh, you have a little insight because you came from over there, but you're right. 10,058 outbound phone calls were made by the internet sales department. They set a total of 434 appointments and assisted in 482 sales. So I know they don't reside over here, but outstanding job. If you see them, please give them their props. The top performer on that team was Marcus, who used to work on this campus, and he set 123 appointments and assisted in 133 sales. So great job. Top performer in the business office was Andy Fox from our Nissan team. He had $296,000 in gross generated in quarter number 1. So great job there. And then Nick Jurgens was top PVR, that's per vehicle. Every deal he touched generated an additional $2,000 in gross for the dealership. So is Nick here? Maybe he'll come to the next one, but great job out of those guys. And then we had 2 promotions in the business office this past quarter, and I will let Sean take that one and introduce our.
Yeah. Hey everybody. So new addition on this campus, Jenna, stand up, say hi to everybody. She did an outstanding job for us in the sales department, so moving over to the business office. She'll be housed right over there in the mini office, but just like the rest of our business managers, she'll be floating about in different buildings. So if you see her, say hi, and if she needs some help, I'll point her in the right direction. But over at the Nissan store, as Matt said, Lauren Saxton will be a business manager over at the Nissan store. She was an intern actually with me a few years ago and came on as a sales consultant at Pre-Owned. She's done a phenomenal job, and excited to see both these two grow within the company. So give them another round of applause.
Thanks, Sean. We sold 674 new vehicles in Q1. That's 21 units over budget, so it's a really great feeling. January and February especially I mean, they're just awful sometimes months with weather and people coming in and out, so you just kind of hold on to your backside during those months. Outstanding performance out of the sales team on the new car side, being ahead of budget. Some top performers on there. Lexus was 28 cars over budget, Nissan 23 over, and Cadillac, despite our inventory troubles, finished the quarter 9 units over budget. Total of $250,000 in gross over budget. That's the most important number, I would say. And then on the used car side, we sold 960 pre-owned vehicles. It was 10 behind budget, but it was 35 grand in gross over budget. So again, that's the important line that we focus on there. And Waukee was just an outstanding performance, 26 units over budget, profitable, doing a great job out at Waukee. Top 3 salespeople year to date, it's actually 4 because it's a tie for number 1, Debbie over at the Nissan store and Bernardo at our Chevy store. Both have 48 vehicles sold. Sterling Brunk, are you in this meeting? Stand up, man, number 2, 43.5. Good job. And then how about Chris Wilson? Chris Wilson was number 3 with 42.5. So great job out of them. CSI, taking care of our guests. 6 out of our 8 brands finished over national average. That'd be Cadillac, Chevy, Infiniti, Land Rover, Mini, and Volvo, all over national average. Outstanding job. Thank you, thank you, thank you for taking outstanding care of our guests. That's why they keep coming back. It's all of you. So Ryan will cover the service side on that. Sales overall, I mean, we continue to be in a competitive market. People have high expectations every time they walk in our building, and that's why Jason's talking about raising our standards. We do an amazing job. It's time to 10x it. And we continue to do that and deliver a memorable experience. Our guests are going to keep coming back, but mostly because they enjoy dealing with all of you. Let's see, looking forward to selling season. Like Jay said, it's spring, it's awesome. It's good to be off to a great start with 1,630 total vehicles sold in Q1. Some people were saying, oh, nobody's buying cars, it's slow. Well, 1,600 people disagree with that assessment, and I also disagree with that assessment, because we're gonna kill it the rest of the year. Ryan, over to you.
Thanks, Matt. Fixed operations finished up a really great first quarter. It was really anchored by the service departments. The service departments knocked it out of the park, and our biggest winners in service, in the Infiniti service department, running a man down in the shop. Those guys are working their tails off. 136% versus their budget. Lexus service, 118% of budget. Volvo 108 and JLR right on budget at 100%. So total service was 103% of budget. The coolest thing to note here is our growth year over year in customer pay labor sales. So we're up 108% Q1 2026 versus Q1 2025 in customer pay. That's what we can control. You know, warranty, the cars break. We don't really have much control over that. Internal, it just kind of is what it is. Customer pay, we control, and we're knocking it out of the park. That 8%, it's well over the industry, it's well over everything. The driver there, we really started to push those videos again. Q4 2025, we were sending multi-point video inspections on 55% of the repair orders. First quarter, we were 82% of the repair orders. We're getting those videos done. That drives that customer pay number up, keeps our shops busier, and sells more labor. So great job to everybody involved with that. Parts departments, total parts finished just below budget. Infiniti, though, just following that service department, 117% of budget. Also following service 109 over at Volvo and 102% of budget at Lexus. So another good month, good first quarter out of parts too. The collision center came out of the gate super strong this year. January and February were great. Dipped off a little bit in March. Q1 right even with budget there. Most of our internal departments, so detail, accessories, the internal side of collision, reconditioning, they were a little bit slow, finished a little bit behind. One other important thing to note with accessories, it's hard for me to not call the film installers the Expel guys. I still call them the Expel guys all the way back from when I started, but for everybody in the room, just know, let's call them PPF, paint protection film, that's what it is. We quit using Expel, we started using Lumar. Lumar and Expel are interchangeable as the best film out there, so we made sure the product isn't going backwards, our installers aren't going backwards, but let's just make sure we just call it PPF going forward, paint protection film. CSI, 7 of the 10 measurable departments in fixed operations finished over for first quarter in CSI. Cadillac was over, Lexus was over. Important thing to note at Lexus, I think Parker and I thought I saw Carly come in. Jose, Carly, and Parker all had a perfect first quarter. That's a 100 CSI, 3 months. The Lexus survey is one question and it says, did you feel valued? I mean, what better representation of how well we're taking care of our customers for 100% of them, for those 3 service advisors to say, yes, I felt valued. Great job to you 3. Infinity Service Department finished over. Volvo over. Here, another good one for Volvo. Is John Kendrick in this one? Well, he'll be here in the next one. If you know John, perfect first quarter. 3 brands, 3 months, all perfects. Another great thing. So give John a round of applause too. Mini right here finished over, Chevrolet over, and Collision also finished over. So great job, 7 of the 10. That's one of our best quarters ever for CSI. Thank you, everybody there. What our guests are saying, I like to just kind of look through these surveys and look at the comments. You know, Rich always used to say, people don't talk about their cars, they talk about the people, and it's spot on, exactly right. So I'm gonna just hit on a couple of the really good ones. Over at Infinity, Zach Wolf, our advisor over there, the guest wrote, Zach was very helpful, answered all my questions, and made sure I had a loaner vehicle so I could get home, or I could get to work and home while my car was at the dealership overnight. He kept me informed on the status of my vehicle, and I appreciated the video of my service inspection to help me make an informed decision. I didn't feel any pressure at all to get services that I didn't want. A great one there. James here, Cadillac James. There you go, you got a great one. Willis is efficient and knowledgeable about my vehicle. James is a great advisor / communicator. And communication's key in your guys' job. Great job there. Over here, how about one that mentions some mini guys? We're in the mini building. I always appreciate my interactions and services with Jeremiah and Luke. Great service and better people. I mean, Jeremiah Snyder, the advisor over here, and Luke right there, 4th row, solid. Good job. Here's one from Kendrick, that perfect first quarter. From online scheduling to having the valet service or pickup and drop off, also the constant communication with the service advisor, everything was top notch. John Kendrick. Then I'll just hit one last one. This one's Randall up at Chevrolet. If you don't know Randall Montgomery, he's one of our advisors up there. They simply do everything well, no pressure. They don't try to push you into extra expenses. This is a company that puts its customers first and obviously takes pride in the work of their employees. That's what our guys are saying, you know, great job everybody. I'm looking at you, I got one on you, I got one on here for you. Where'd it go? Great communication with Anna. I appreciated the video showing my tire which had a bubble on it, so I knew what options I had. I also appreciated the shuttle service and the delivery of my car home. Awesome job. The video helps and probably helped you sell the tires. So, all right, great first quarter. We're starting April off strong. I mean, when I start looking at my fixed operations scorecard early in the month, it's usually pretty bleak. You know, you wipe out the pipeline to close out the month and start off a little bit slow. This month was not that. So April's a hot start. I'm really excited to see what we do this quarter. So thank you all. Great job. Will Smith.
Okay, so Josh likes to call this Willis social season. Summer's upon us and we got some events going on, so I just want to give you guys kind of a list. The Willis Summer Series out at Waterworks Park, sponsored by Willis Nissan. On May 7th, I'm looking at the sheet. The printing's bad, so I'm, I'm looking at the sheet. So May 7th, we got Dwight Yoakam and ZZ Top. Did I say that incorrectly? All right, and then on May 21st, we got Styx with special guest Cheap Tricks. On June 13th, we got Billy Currington and Kip Moore. On June 14th, we have Allison Krause. That is August. On August 27th, we have Clay Walker and Blackhawks. And then September 10th, we got Blue Traveler. I'm going to go through a couple more of our events going on through the summer. We got a bunch of events that we want you guys to make sure you get out and get to as we sponsor tables and things like that. We got the Bubble Ball coming up on the 18th of April. We have a luncheon with Greater Des Moines Community Foundation on the 23rd of this month. FCA banquet on the 26th of this month. And then on the 11th of next month, we have the QX65 launch event from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Infinity Building. On June 10th through the 14th, there will be the Principal Charity Classic. All the Lexus vehicles will go out there and we'll get all the golfers rolling around in them. And then on the 12th of June, we have Alzheimer's soiree. We have a table of 10. I'm assuming Don will be sending out a bunch of emails and getting you guys involved. And last, we have Drake Golf Classic coming up on the 14th of June. The very last thing I'll say, we have a new car show date, and it is September 22nd. And the marketing department will be running that again. So if you have any questions, more info to come.
Thank you. Employee council, who is speaking for the council? Evan.
Hey guys, I'm the new president. Take it easy on me because I haven't really done this, so I'm a little nervous. But this is everybody on the council. We're always looking for new people, just to like change things up or improve stuff. And with a bigger audience and whatnot, it'd be just, sorry. If you guys have questions or concerns, you can always come to us. We're just trying to help out everybody, so give me 1 second here. Okay, I'm gonna recap a few things. For Easter, that went really well. We had quite a bit of involvement from a lot of people with pictures and just kind of having a great time throughout all the campuses and whatnot. We got good feedback, so good job. Food drive went really well also recently, so good job on that. Collected a lot of food for people, and that was awesome, so good job on that also. Obviously, we got some new members, okay, hold on. Kaylee, I know, started recently, and Haley? Okay, yeah. Haley also started recently. Sorry. And then we've got the spring and the summer event at the Waterworks Park, I think. That's coming up on June 5th I think is what the date that we're going with. The last year's turnout was pretty good. We'd like more people to come out just so you can kind of give us feedback so that we can try to get more people to come out and get more involvement from everybody. So that'd be great from all of you. And then Earth Day cleanup. We have quite a few things, so like bags, gloves. We'd like to get a lot of help from a lot of people specifically on that day. We're probably gonna do some sort of sign-up sheet. You can wear jeans. Is that correct? Okay, yeah, I think we've got it to where you can wear jeans that day if you're gonna go out and help, just so you don't get dirty with your nice outfits and stuff like that, so. But I think that might be it that I have. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't know.
Thank you, sir. Outstanding job. What's next, Sam? Corporate games. Anybody speaking on corporate games? All right, there we go.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Aaron Weaver. I work up at Maine Pre-Owned. Des Moines Corporate Games hosts events around Des Moines, and Willis pays for the entry fee for us to participate, and those proceeds go to the Adaptive Sports of Iowa to help people that need specialized sports equipment. It is a great way to express your competitive nature, bond with your teammates, and make new friends and stay active. Some of those events are bowling, pickleball, trivia, tug of war. There are roster limits for these events. There are a lot that are already full, but there are still plenty of opportunities open for you to participate. We do need volunteers for these as well. Please come see me if you'd like to volunteer, participate. We do gain points from all these things, and if you have a spouse or anybody in your household that is over 16 years of age, they can help volunteer as well. So, I will be hanging out after the meeting to sign up in the back if you guys have questions or need help signing up. Event communication will be sent to your email when you do sign up. Please use your work email for that. And one other really quick thing, the commitment to your event. So no shows do cost us points. So if you are going to commit to an event and something happens, please let us know as soon as possible. That way we can fill your spot. So Dave Allison, he's the dispatcher in the Hickman shop. Myself, I'm up in Maine Pre-Owned. Niall is taking care of Nissan, and Will Smith is taking care of the folks up at Granger. So any of us will be happy to help you if you have any questions. Thank you, guys.
Well, going back to those core values, this is a good way to end up this meeting, because when I look out at all of you, I couldn't be prouder. You all have every single one of those core values, and that's what makes this such an amazing team, and everyone moving in the same direction. We got a lot of moving parts, especially on this main campus. Teamwork makes the dream. Certainly appreciate everything you all do every day. Thank you very much. Have a good afternoon.